and welcome to an interview here with Sean Birdsong of American Ballers. My name is Peter Dela Cruz. I'm with Cruz Talent. We're at the studios here in New York City, and it's also the offices of American Ballers. And Sean Birdsong is the founder. So welcome. How was your trip here? He actually lives in Kansas and has offices here in New York.
Right.
How was your trip?
It was good. I've been here for about a week now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually out here helping former NBA player Mike Richardson with a basketball camp in Tenafly, New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
So I flew in last Saturday and been here all week. So it's been a busy week, but it's been fun.
Well, I mean, I'm so glad you're doing the important work that you do, and I'd like for everyone to find out just a little bit more about what you do with the kids all around the United States.
Okay. Yeah. I started American Ballers about 2 years ago. I'm a former basketball player. Played collegiately, played professionally. So I've been helping with camps and clinics since my playing days were over.
Mm-hmm.
I've helped my dad, who's a former NBA player, with camps. I've helped him Dallas Mavericks, the NBA G League.
It's amazing.
So I've actually started my own program maybe 5 years ago, Nothing But Net Sports as well, which is the training business that I do back home in Kansas City.
So you have two. How many?
I got two businesses and a foundation.
Wow.
83 Ventures. So
wow,
just trying to
amazing.
Trying to maneuver those.
And how are you finding? This is August 20th, 2020. We're right in the middle of this phase 3 in New York of COVID-19, and so things have eased up, like traveling, and that's why Sean was able to get up here to New York City. And how did you find the city coming in? There was any problems? Or
actually, I flew in on Delta.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if a lot of people know, certain airlines, they only fill it to a certain percentage on their airlines. So I've felt comfortable, since COVID has lifted, with flying Delta. They're like 50 or 60% capacity.
Mm-hmm.
So, I get my own row and things like that. But, with American Ballers since COVID, we've had a couple of events. So my first time flying back, my first time flying was to Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Back in June. We did a basketball clinic with WNBA player Tiffany Hayes.
So
that was good, but it was still kind of like, everybody was quarantined for a while. But
mm-hmm.
once the governor down there opened up the state of Georgia, it was kind of like, okay, I spoke to her. I was like, hey, let's see how this kind of plays out. And she was like, hey, we have all the precautions and things, if you need anything. So we've just been going from there.
And here in New Jersey, where in New Jersey again, did you say?
Well, Tenafly. So
Mm-hmm.
we're at the Jewish Community Center in Tenafly. It's actually owned by former New Jersey Nets owner Joe Taub.
Right.
So we're doing a clinic, a week-long clinic for his foundation, giving back to those kids over there in New Jersey.
So they were all wearing masks and
oh yeah, we first get in there, they take our temperature, make sure our temperatures are low.
That's good.
And then the kids are wearing masks. We're wearing masks the whole time. The only time we usually take our mask off or down is when we're talking to the kids so they can understand us. But, right when we're finished demonstrating the drill, mask back on and let them do their thing.
And you're originally from New Jersey.
Yes. I was born in Westwood, New Jersey, and lived in Upper Side of River.
That's great
for a little while.
Yeah. And you left at what age?
I was about 9 years old.
9 years old?
I was 9 years old. So, yeah, I still have memories. New Jersey's funny. I actually went back there 2 days ago and visited some friends, some neighbors that were there when we were there. It's still amazing because they've been there 30-something years.
Right.
Still, so that was always good to get back and see some familiar faces. And
wow. What was it like being back there?
It was good. I actually, I've been back to New Jersey and New York since, since we left, but I haven't been to the neighborhood in a while. So, seeing like, a pond that used to be in our neighborhood where I would go there and with my brother and we hang out and feed the ducks and things like that. That's grown a little bit, the home, where I was driving by our old house, and it was a good feeling, to see the old neighborhood and see people.
Well, I was very moved by watching you. I had an opportunity to actually attend two of the camps, one down in Orlando, through my Jeff Leffel Alzheimer's Foundation, help out with the kids and donate some items for the youth down there. And then again, we were up there in Chicago for All-Star Weekend, which was it was one of the most cold, but one of the most amazing weekends.
Right.
I will always. It was pretty powerful.
Yeah, I mean, we that was a big impact for a lot of those kids in Chicago. We did 2 events. There, one at Dunbar High School, which is a vocational school in Chicago, and then we had a clinic that next day at the YMCA, Southside Chicago YMCA, for those kids, which is, I think, was about maybe 65 or 70 kids for that clinic. So that was an awesome time.
And the owner of the Brooklyn Nets attended the Dunbar.
Actually, Josiah and his wife Clara, who own the Brooklyn Nets, and also they own Alibaba.
Right.
They came out and spoke to the kids, and I was really appreciative of that. They gave some good knowledge, and also the kids, they asked good questions. Not just basketball wise, but business wise.
Wow.
And I remember in particular one camper asked, Joe, well, how does it feel to have, Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving? And she asked a good question. It was like, yeah, so what's the process of how you sign those guys?
Wow.
And I just think that was a good conversation to have, them being high school kids, of picking the brain of owners,
Right.
business owners to really see their mindset and the certain things that they use to get business, I guess you can say, done.
I know attending just a couple of the camps, we always donate T-shirts and whatever we can, and sometimes meals and things like that.
Yeah.
But at Dunbar, we were able also, through Joe and Clara Sai.
Right. Yeah, they gave All-Star tickets. They surprised the kids with All-Star tickets for that Sunday night, and they were they were ecstatic over that because initially it was just a great weekend. We typically with our clinics, like you said, we give T-shirts, food and things like that. And our education partner, the in-school bus, Inc., who's based out of Massachusetts, their owners are Harvard graduates, and they provide online prep courses, for college.
Right.
And each city we go to, we find 2 kids, a boy and a girl from each city, and we try to provide them with an online prep course for free.
Right.
So the kids, after we had found the 2 kids and who obviously are good students, but also showed good character and things like that throughout that day. They thought that was the end of the day, and they're like, okay, well, about to break. And then, they came over and was like, hey, Mr. Sai and his wife Claire they have another special announcement, and the kids were like, what's going on, and then, the principal, Mr. Morrow, who's the principal at Dunbar High School, he was like, hey, Mr. Sai just, want to let you guys know that he wants us to be his guests at the All-Star game tomorrow night. And it was just like,
it was an explosion.
It was an explosion. Right.
It was great.
Right.
Like I said, it'll be a time I'll never forget.
Yeah.
And where people want more information for American Ballers, where can they find you?
They can find us, American/ballers.com. That's our website. Mm-hmm. And if you want more information, that's where you can find all of our events that we've had, the players that's involved, or have been involved with our camps and clinics, upcoming dates, and just, photos. On our YouTube channel is also on there, under American Ballers on YouTube. And, you can email us at americanballers16@gmail.com.
Great.
So help us with any kind of, whether it's, promotions or just want to get more involved within the project.
I appreciate you letting me interview you, and appreciate, of course, all the amazing work you do with the kids, just getting the message out and helping them, and it's a wonderful thing. It's a great thing.
I appreciate you having me.
But all right, so thank you for watching, and American Ballers, check them out. I'll have the information also